Check, 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 check. Yes, sir. Greetings, traders. It is I, Abdul Shabazz, and welcome to some real change stock options trading journey. We are so excited and so fired up to be here with you today. There is no place that we'd rather be than right here with you. Trade in the SPY. Well, we love to trade. So grateful for this opportunity. We don't take any of it for granted. We thank you for tuning in. Those of you who are consistently tuning in, we thank you. Those of you, this is your first time, we thank you as well. We are a team here with a team spirit, team building. Yes, sir. The goal here is to become professional options traders. That's the goal here. Day by day, trade by trade, I share this journey with you guys. I invite you to be a part of it. Dr. J has showed up on time today. Let's get ready to do what we do best, guys. And there are some things that I will be sharing with you all today. Certainty. We've got 2 minutes. 2 minutes left on the clock, guys. Let's go over what I have so far on the trading list. As I do every morning, I'll go ahead and show you guys exactly what I'm thinking in both directions, because we make this plan with a certain part of our brain, and then when the trading day starts, we shift to the flight or fight part of our brain, and we don't want to use that. So we're looking at a 424 call, possibly. Like to shoot for a profit target of 426 or 427.4. If we do enter into any puts, looking at taking 421 puts, and possibly taking that down to the 420, 419.6 area, and maybe even down to 418. Today is a Tuesday, so we will hurry up and wait today. And be patient today. Little less than 1 minute left. We want to let the market present itself to us, and it's perfectly okay if we do not trade today. If we don't see anything worth trading, we're simply not going to take the trade. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillah. As we begin the day, focused, hungry, ready to get this day going. Alrighty. You have a line right here at 422. As you can see on the 30-minute chart, we have a huge gap up. How sustainable it is, that remains to be seen. Just put a 423 put in the chamber. Pre-market high right there. Very strong. Coming off a shooting star. Good looking candle. Got right up to pre-market high for the moment. Got stuck. The break of the pre-market high would be exciting. Seconds left in this candle. Very nice break over pre-market high. Hey, Anthony, how you doing, buddy? I just had a very nice breakout, but if we look over here, we can see from this morning a very severe gap up from yesterday's close. Okay, but it is run right into an area of resistance. Yesterday's resistance area. This was the pre-market high. It blew right past the pre-market high, and this was one of the reasons why we did not get in it. It was a very exciting trade. If you could have been in it for this 5-minute candle, but with all of this overhead resistance, it just wasn't worth it. I'm looking for the easy trades. Today is a Tuesday, and there is further overhead resistance on the 5-minute. Back it up here, guys. See just a little bit. want to be a little bit more patient with this. Definitely would feel good about some further continuation if we can get up, get a pullback, and then reestablish this 424 as an area of support for further push upwards. But we're going to sit back and just watch and just wait and see, and wait till opportunity presents itself. But I wanted to back it up so you guys can see exactly that even though this was a good move, in the grand scheme of things, okay, it's just really just getting back what it lost, in the last hour of yesterday. So we already know that the stock can go here. Let's go ahead and put up some lines. We already know when it got there yesterday, she got shut down. Okay, that's awesome. Anthony shared with us, guys, that we did get some bullish news. And that could very well explain this very strong bullish morning that we're having right now. Definitely want to see how they respond, Anthony, when they hit this resistance area here. You can go ahead and remove this pre-market high. It's no longer valid anymore. It's been broken. This area of daily resistance is being respected right now. The market could be building liquidity for a move higher. And if so, that would be a, let me see, 423 to 424 move. It is definitely looking good now for a potential call. But not yet, because we still have this overhead resistance. So this is why we have to be patient. Which is why initially coming into the day, I said that I would like to take a call above the 424.5 area. That would clear all of the conversation. Okay? All of this conversation here, all of this conversation here. So if we got to that 424.5 area, to me, that is where I would like to take a call at. Anything before that right now is a little suspect, because they expect the people to respond like this off of the bull news, which is what's happening right now. This is actually setting up to be a very nice put. Is I got a 423. I'm going to switch it to 424. I'll still be a little bit more patient, but it is setting up as a nice put. But I'm going to be a little bit more patient because here nothing means anything until the candle closes. So as we look right here at the 5 minute, we saw this action happen before here. And all this was doing was building liquidity. So, you have absolutely no problem letting all of this go by. And in fact, to be honest with you, I would feel more comfortable taking a put with the stock going red on the day. And that would take place right here at this area. And that's why I have a 424 put in place. I could probably switch it to a 423. Just switch that to a 423 put. We have almost a minute left in this candle, so unless something drastic happens, we do have our first area intraday, and this will be an area of supply. Again, it's all about letting the candle close, but I do liking what I'm seeing. The bulls are going to have to defend their position and continue to buy after this huge gap up. And this is what we're looking at right now, guys. So there could definitely be further continuation up. That's what we wanted to see. That's what we wanted to see. So important, guys, so important. We still have this area on, this is weekly support right here. I just haven't changed it yet. A lot of time left. A lot of time left. We're gonna wait and let this move happen of surety before we get in on it. There we go. Just got in. just that fast, I got stopped out. Not a problem, as I know we are rebuilding here. I'm gonna wait and see if we get a break beneath this weekly, okay, support. Let's go ahead and identify that for what it is. Definitely need to change the color on this. I was a little early on that. Ow! Reason being, I saw this move down, break past VWAP. And then I did see it go past this support area, but remember, I said to me, and I actually even have drawn the line, if you guys can see it, let me pull it up larger, that this is the area that has to be protected. It is past this area that I'm gonna go ahead and get in. Because it is past this area, the stock will then flip on the day and be red on the day. So the bulls, these earlier bulls, following that good news, that good bullish news, they have to defend the stock for the day. They have to defend it. They cannot allow the stock to go red for the day. So I actually thought that they were giving it up, but I got a little too excited and got sucked in. Luckily, I used bracket orders, which automatically took me out at a 10-cent loss. So I was grateful for that. You know, having to remind myself of the psychology of what is actually going on between the buyers and the sellers, and hear what is going on in the chart. And even though we were correct, this was a supply area, okay? And it would have been better if we got in it here at the top of this candle. But with all of this action, there was no surety, and there was definitely no need to rush, because this was definitely a green day. So the only way that we look at taking the calls is, like I said, if we get over this 424, and I definitely want to see us go heavy in the puts if we go red on the day, considering the huge gap up that we had yesterday. So it might just require just a little bit more time, but that is the game plan. Calls above this area, puts below this area. You can see here in my chamber, I have an automatic stop at 10 cents. Here we go, guys. This is what we were waiting on. The bulls are in trouble, or they're gonna have to go right now. And the bulls are defending. It's awesome. It's completely awesome. Here's a little bit of indicator for you on the 30-minute chart. You can see just how much ground the bulls have given up. But oh, the fight is not over. Two minutes left on this 5-minute candle. The bulls are looking a little bit in trouble. Here's the VWAP touch we definitely expected, but there could possibly be a retracement. Now we do see a lot of bullish action here at these lower prices. They're definitely defending this 422.4 area. This is definitely the defense, the line in the sand, but none of this will seem promising for new money bulls to come in. So it's all a matter of whether the big banks and the institutions are going to double down at these prices and save it. Interesting. Regardless how we feel about it, it is what it is. This is now intraday demand. Yes, it's extremely close. But it is what it is. Doesn't take away from the fact that this is still the death kill area for the bulls, but this was to be expected. They have to defend it. And this is some of that effect that the news can have. And yet we still have overhead resistance here. I want to be a part of the new money bulls that will get in. Their confidence sees that the bulls have been able to overtake the ladder resistance. Again, let's look at it here. Okay. So even though the bulls are currently still moving up, it's still not looking very good. It's very choppy today. It's very choppy. Okay. This demand area that was created on a larger scale is an area of weekly support. And we still have some overhead resistance here. So not until we get above this area will new money bulls feel comfortable, and I like to be a part of the new money bulls, which means it's going to have to grind and stair step its way up. But it will definitely have to earn my money. Right now, I'm just appreciating the education and how the market is responding to it. Now, who would have thought that doji, that little baby doji 30-minute candle that we had would turn into this green elephant bar candle? And it did this. Wow. And it just did this in the last 20 minutes, 15 minutes. Amazing. Ten o'clock candle is fastly approaching. She's still above VWAP. But this is some of that stair step action that we need to see. A lot of strong signals here if you're looking that the bulls are leaving. The bulls are definitely leaving a lot of clues. A lot of bullish clues. And again, closer to where it's becoming a little bit more interesting. We now have trading above this once early supply zone, so this is no longer valid. Time to move it to where there is now a new agreement in price for today between the bulls and the bears, saying the price should not be any higher than this for now. Nothing like a day of patience, guys. I'm gonna go grab me a cuppa. I'll be right back. Well, looky look. I'll step away for a hot second. Look at this. Yep. That's the liquidity. We have a left shoulder right here, guys. Head. Again, this is where we're looking for right here, guys. 1 minute, 30 seconds left in this candle. Cannot jump in it right now, guys. It's only 30 seconds left in this candle. That would be so ill-advised. Not gonna do that. You can also see now, let's look at the 30-minute chart. Back it up from a bigger time point. You can see how and why this area in the line is so important. I mean, all of these bulls will be in trouble, and they will have to hit the save me button. And this save me button is selling. That will give us a quick flush, potentially to this area, if that does happen. Okay. This is the quick move that we're looking for if they get into that. Now, that's not to say that it might not get down here and we have another one of these type actions where the bulls jump right back in and start buying up this lower price. That could very well happen as well. So with the way the market is right now, we're just observing, analyzing. We're not predicting, but we are preparing. This is some Looney Tune action right here. Again, as I said, like it or not, this was an area of intraday demand, but more importantly, it was weekly support, which is why you see the stock respecting it so very much and defending it. Are you guys seeing this with me? I mean, are you guys really seeing this? Sensational. From supply to demand, from demand to supply. Supply to demand, from demand to supply. Sensational. And that is $1 between each move. That's definitely $1 between each move. But nobody's in trouble. These are just the algorithms going back and forth. The big banks passing money back and forth. Nobody's in trouble yet. Yeah, it is up on the day. It is green for the day. That part is true. Getting closer. Now this door has been knocked on 4 times. Knock, 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 knock. Anthony, I guess we're seeing exactly what news can do and what the news does. For those of you just joining us now, I did take an earlier trade, a losing trade, as the market went up this morning, formed the very first line of supply, came down, broke through VWAP, okay, broke through the weekly support. I entered here and then got whipsawed as we touched the area that I really had already assigned is where I wanted to get in at. But all of this big bearish action excited me, but luckily I got in with restraint and just took a 10-cent loss on that. Show you guys here. 1 170 to 160. Transparent with my wins, transparent with my losses. If you guys would like to know how I did that, let me know and I'll explain it to you if you're using a TOS. But I already have it programmed in where I would like to take profit, where I would like to get stopped out at. Now, the reason I like to do that is so that no matter what, I'm automatically protected as I enter the trade from it going against me. I can always remove my profit target or stretch that back further, but more importantly is to have an automatic stop in position just in case you get whipsawed. And that definitely came in handy today. Kept my losses very small. Hasn't affected me at all. Still has me excited, ready to go, ready to trade. Ready for another opportunity when it presents itself. I do not know. I do not know. Being that it was such a huge gap up, and like you stated, this is earnings. This week is earnings. So to have unusual, gap and go activity is not unusual this week when you have the big 7 reporting. And it is really the big 7 that is holding the market up. Everybody else is doing horrible, but it's the big 7 that's holding the market up, which is one of the benefits of trading the SPY, because all of the big 7 are contained in the SPY. So it's not so much, guys, the news, it's how people respond to the news. The news itself does nothing. The news itself does nothing but begin to spark emotions, and it's those emotions that traders and companies and the big banks carry out. And it's either carried out in 2 ways: buying or selling. Now, the benefit with us being retail traders is that we have 3 ways: buying, selling, or doing nothing. We do not have to trade. But the big banks, the institutions, they have to trade. Hundreds of millions, billions of dollars under management, they have to trade every day. And when you look at it that way, you know that they can't get fully into a position in 1 candle. They have to build their way into a position. But it's best to wait and see what they're doing, and then for us to be a part of that direction. Just simply follow big money. And that's when it comes to the benefit of identifying these candlesticks, seeing what they're saying to you, having support and resistance line, having supply and demand levels, and going off what the stock is giving you for that day. And then for us, simply waiting for someone to be in trouble, and then joining them as they choose their exit, which is buying or selling. This is another strong bullish indication as we have knocked on the door, and you see all of these wicks, all of these bottom tails. It's bulls buying, bulls buying, bulls buying. Now here, couldn't come down any further than here, where before they've been coming all the way down to demand, but now they didn't make it to demand. Interesting, very interesting. But again, we still have a couple of areas overhead that can still be a little bit of resistance. But it's really nothing like coming to the market, guys, not seeing your setup and not trading. How about that? That's an accomplishment in itself. I love trade. I try to trade every day. And we don't need to. We don't need to trade every day. We need to trade well. And I'm going to share something else with you guys too. Share something else with you guys too. Yeah, here we go. It's nothing like that. Some real change. Intro music. It gets me so hyped. I just love it so much. Yeah. This being a journey, and we're all on this journey together, that means that there is no monetary gain to be made off one another. I'm going to share with you some of the things that I've just learned. And let's discuss it. We've got time. Let's discuss it. There are certain steps that have to be taken in order to become a consistently profitable trader. You have to have, overall, a system with edge. You have to have a play, a setup that you have tested and back tested and have shown that you win a lot more with this particular pattern, this particular trade. 60, 70, 80% of the time, when this setup appears, you're gonna nail it 70% of the time. Now the key is to have at least 2 or 3 trade setups. You don't need a lot to start off with. You just need 2 or 3 that you have data on, that you do in a lot size. So let's say you have a certain pattern called ABC. Well, you want to trade that ABC pattern 20 times to get your average winning percentage rate of that particular pattern. Now you know this particular pattern has a winning percentage of X amount percentage. Now here's how you come up to that. You don't just want to trade it 20 times live. You also want to trade it on demand as well on the weekend. See, in order to get the amount of screen time that you need, it's just not going to happen by us trading twice a day for an hour, hour and a half, and then we're done to become masters. No, the real work is done after the market is closed from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. The real work is done on the weekend when you're back testing these patterns to come up with these percentages. Then you come live with them, reduce your amount of contracts, because the goal is to stay in the game long enough to figure it out. The goal is to stay in the game long enough to figure it out to come up with your stats, to see what patterns work for you, to see what your go-to pattern is, and then you're gonna name out of the three. One of them is gonna be an A plus setup, one of them is gonna be a B plus setup, one of them is gonna be a B. Now here's the thing, if you trade them all the same, eventually we will lose. We can't trade them all the same. So the A plus setup has to be traded bigger. The B plus setup has to be traded big. But that's the key thing. We're not looking for everything. We're only waiting for our setups, and then we have to trade our setups that we have stats on, supportive stats. We have to trade those big. This is what's going to get us over the threshold. Now, how do we trade big? We trade big by following two formulas. Number one, showing up late to the party. Not trying to anticipate what's going on. Wait until the move is already happening. And once the move is already happening, it's almost as if you appear to have FOMO, but this is what you was waiting on. You was waiting for the move to already take off. And then now you're just jumping on his back, but you're jumping on his back with big size. And with options, all you need is a 5-minute candle. And if you get nervous, you can take a little bit of profits within that 5-minute candle, depending upon how much time is left on the clock. Like right now. That's what we have to do. Wait, and then bet big. And then by going big, meaning sizing up big. By sizing up big, we will trade less because we will be thoroughly satisfied with our profits. Thoroughly satisfied. That will eliminate the need to trade more. So if we size up more, we can trade less. So we want to trade late, size big, and size big, and trade less. That's the key. Because in order to cross that threshold into thousands a day, you're not going to get it unless you trade big. You're not going to get it unless you trade big. But you can't trade big on everything. And you have to stay in the game long enough to develop what are your A+ setups. What are those patterns that you have that 70% win rate on, that 80% win rate on? Call it out by name. Know that if you have a pattern in your playbook, okay, that these are just high probabilities. They're not crystal ball gazers. They're not guarantors, because nobody wins 100% of the time. But that says that this has enough of a probability percentage that if it shows up, it is my duty to take the trade. It's not my duty to assure it's going to be a winning trade. It's my duty to take the trade and protect my bottom side. I can't control how much profit I'm going to make, but I can control how much money I'm going to lose. So I'm coming into this trade after I've seen what big money is doing, after I've seen a setup that I've identified with, after I've waited until the last minute to see of a surety that this is what is happening, then I get in. And then when I do, as we used to say, we're not here for a long time. We just here for a good time. Very interesting what's going on right now. Going to the 424 puts as well. Getting those ready. $30-minute nuts. 30-minute chart, nuts. Approaching the area that I wanted to get in. Right here, 10:30 hour. This resistance that I'm seeing. Yep, I'm thinking about it, Anthony. I'm thinking about this put. I got a 424 put lined up. But I'm not convinced just yet, Anthony. I need to see this candle close. We have a very, very, very strong bullish move right here. And these puts just didn't do anything but build liquidity for these bullish moves. So far, if we look at it on a bigger scale, all the downtrend movement that we've had this morning has just been building liquidity for the bulls, building liquidity for the bulls, building liquidity for the bulls. So I'm not convinced yet. I'm not. Again, the bulls have just been setting the bears up. Every bearish move has just been building liquidity. Every bearish move has been building liquidity. So I don't feel comfortable with us getting into a put right now, Anthony. And if we did, it would definitely be a scalp. It would definitely be a scalp. But what looked like would have been a great move from here, at least a VWAP. Look at this wick right here. And like I've been stating all morning, the bears have been the bulls have been showing us they're setting the bears up. They've been showing us. These wicks are bulls. These wicks, buddy, they're bulls. So I would love to take a put, but we're not gonna throw our money out the window because there is no clear setup. And we're still right there at that 424 resistance that I already had drawn. And if I go back to my original plans that I shared with you guys this morning, is that I feel comfortable taking a 424 call, but I feel above the 424.5, this area. I feel comfortable taking a call here after we gotten above all of this resistance, okay? But I don't feel comfortable taking a put until we're all the way on the opposite end, because this is a bullish day. But it's a choppy bullish day. It's not clear enough where you and I can put our money at risk. As I stated, the big banks, institutions, they have to trade. You and I, we don't. This is a lot of trickery. And remember what I said too. The big banks and institutions, they can't put their order in all at once. There's no way they can do that. They have to spread it out. They're dealing with hundreds of millions and billions. So this is how they're doing it. They're averaging down. They're averaging down. They're averaging down. They're averaging down to get in full size. Once we get above here, this will convince me that all of these bears have been squeezed. But that's just logic, even for the call. It's not convincing. It's not a pattern. It's not something we're taking advantage of. There's no one in trouble. It's just the bulls doing what the bulls do. But even if we say, okay, this was going to be a bullish day, we could have just got in here, but then you'd have been stopped out here. Think you're doing the same thing, stopped out here. Too much nervousness. Finally here. But then it comes right back off that building of liquidity. And this is exactly why we did not take put, Anthony, because as I showed you, the bears today have been only used as liquidity for the bulls. But the bulls are so scary, they're not really blowing out, yet. The ATR on this is $4 a day, almost $5. So, still more room to go. We're still channeling up, Anthony. And this is why I did not take that put. Let's look at it this way. You see this action that's happening? Okay. We had a little bit of confusion here, but nonetheless, if we look, what do we have here? Let's go ahead and put the text in. We have a higher low from right here. At this point from the opening, you see here? Then, even though it went up and came down, it still created a higher low. It went up and came down again, but it created another higher low. So this stock is up trending for today, but it's so radical in its movements. So this stock can still come anywhere up here and give us the appearance and continue to still go. So right now this thing is channeling. And that's why I said no one is in trouble. No one's in trouble till we break out or break above. And that's why I said that I didn't even want to consider taking call until we got over here. But I'm not even convinced. Because I don't feel good like taking 10, 20 contracts. So I'm not going to do anything. But just wait. Let this thing set itself up. This is why we're looking at this, Anthony. And everyone else. Just want to show you why we are not taking puts and why we haven't taken any calls. It's not a retail trader day. This is a big bank algorithmic trader day. This is where on paper I wanted to get in at, right here, 4245. Papers where I want to get in it. I'm gonna go ahead and do it. Nope, not yet. See, I just looked over to the left. We have 20 seconds left on this 5-minute candle. So I'm not gonna get in right now at all. You can definitely get whiplashed. And we want to see if this candle is going to close over this area of resistance. Even though it did hit my alert to the area I wanted to get in, it did not do it convincingly as of now. And that was just theoretically, theoretically where a good call would be, theoretically. But there is no pattern. Look, let's just take a look at the 30-minute chart. Look at the level of craziness right here in the 30-minute chart. This huge green candle, bullish action. And then the bears beat it all the way down. And then the bulls turn around and say, gotcha. This is what we were waiting on. These lower prices. This 422 area. As you see yesterday, look how many times this 422 area has been touched, defended. Look how many times. It happened again today. Got them. Now, all of a sudden, the bears, they shorted this on the way down. And yes, a lot of people made some money on the way down on this. It wasn't clear. They got caught, got squeezed all the way up. But even the 30-minute is ugly. It's ugly. It looks ugly. Let's back it up a little bit more. See how we started off yesterday. The same type of fake action. Then we went into a doji, then a hammer, took off. This huge move here. And then finally, underneath that 422, we broke down. We gapped right back up to that same area this morning, and we're still right here, guys. We're still right here. That's what I mean when I say nobody's in trouble. That's why I haven't taken a call. That's why I haven't taken a put. That's why today, right now, is an educational day. In fact, it's so educational that I'm going to stop, leave, and go to the gym and come back at 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock. Remember that 1 o'clock candle, guys? That 1 o'clock candle. 1 o'clock candle. We like that 1 o'clock candle. 1 o'clock candle indicator. Shh, only we know that. But hey, I thank you guys for tuning in. I thank you for joining, watching. But the best thing to do right now, guys, is to just pretty much set alarms, Okay, I like that. Don't play with me. 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 Put. Don't play with me. Put. Let's we're gonna let it close. You're looking right here, guys. You can get a close underneath. A little patience. I like to see it come down, come back up, put in a lower high. I'm not even fooled by this action. Not at all. Not at all, guys. Not at all. I like to see this thing. Look over here to the left, guys. I like to see it come down here, come back up here, put in a lower high, and then give me that break. Okay, this is what we would like to see, a lower high for me. Until then, the trend is not broken. It set you up to get chopped up. That's what it's doing. Set you up to get chopped up. Blow it up. Look again. Look. Again, guys, I'm not going to mark up the whole chart, but I really need you to see how the bulls have been acting today. They have really been showing. The bulls have really been showing off, guys. This is all bullish liquidity that they've been using off the bears to push this thing higher. It's exactly what they've been doing. Setting the bears up at every opportunity. Glad I saw that, learned early. I took a 10-cent paper cut. That was enough for me. If I say I could have done anything or would have done anything better, then possibly should have got in here and then took it here. I got in late. I waited till it broke here and got in here. So that is what I can say I would have done different. Now, this is that move that I was looking for that call. Just don't like it. It is what it is. I just don't like it. But it's definitely indicating that a call is getting ready to jump off. We're getting ready to get a nice little Nope. That's not even convincing to me. I would need to see another green candle. It's not even the way we've been volleying back and forth. I would need to see another green candle. That would really give me the good, strong indication. Right at where I want to get in, no doubt. But that's just theoretically. I'm not doing it today on the day of chop. I'd rather just watch. Look at that observation. Nope. Show up late. Show up late. I see just chop, but I don't see a big bullish elephant bar. I just don't see a big bullish elephant bar coming. Because at this point, it really shouldn't be any bears in trouble to get squeezed. Okay. Just got in because I saw we closed above and I figured that we would keep going. I wonder if they're going to retest it. Good question. We'll see. It's not taking off like I wanted to. Just stop. It did nothing. There's the retest. I'm glad I got out. Yeah, I had the right idea. Let's just wait till 1 o'clock. Yeah. That paper cut was even smaller. I only took a 6-cent loss on that one. 6-cent cut. It's nothing. There is no setup. Great, Anthony. Interesting. It is very choppy. Still within that channel that I drew, guys. There's really no shorting really to break this channel. Maybe I did the wrong thing. I bought on the wrong side. I bought on the upside. Maybe I should have bought at the bottom. This is where the rest of the bulls are buying at. I will tell you this, if this candle flips red, I will hey, what I want to see. Show a plate. This is what I want to see. We have established the high at 424.82. But also we are now underneath this resistance level as well. So the bulls did not push it back up. And this is what I was waiting to see. Two red candles, potentially in a row, could start the profit taking cycle. Still, guys, coming in this structure right now, trading this would have us early, and we don't want to be early. We want to be late. We want the move to already be taking place. And just the bottom line, guys, the bulls have a stranglehold on the day. Like it who like it, don't like it who don't like it. But that is the reality. And these are still lower highs. updated here. Remember when I drew this channel, guys? When I drew this channel earlier? Still lower high. We need to see that thing come out of here, stop, come up, okay, and then put it on. I mean, these are still higher lows. We need to see this thing put in a lower high. Because these are still higher lows. Regardless where this comes to, it's still a higher low. What we need to see is a lower high. We have yet to see. We saw once here. I'm gonna move here. Gone. Not seeing a lower high yet. Love to see a lower high. We are building liquidity, so we do have a shoulder here. We do have a head here. We'll like to see it come back here and then break down here. Get on that move here. Okay, I just went ahead and got in. And I'm gonna let this one ride. Yep, that was a great call. VWAP would be the great area to take profits in as we are in this 1 minute into this candle. Let's allow this candle to do what it does. We still know that it's a scalp, but this is what we were waiting on. I hope you guys are getting some money with me. We're not going to be here for a long time because remember, guys, that the bulls are still buying up these lower prices. So this is definitely one of those take your money and run type of situations. Just that fast. Order them. You gotta be quick. Gotta be quick. But we'll give it a little bit of time. Not a lot of time. We'll give it a little bit. Looking at the clock, still have some time left in this. 1 minute left in this 5 minute candle. go ahead and adjust my stop so that I will not lose any money in this trade whatsoever. I don't mind stopping out break even. But I don't want to give any money back. Wow, look at the bulls. Look at the bulls. It's got to be amazing. Hats off to him. Hats off to the bulls. What a play, guys. What some serious chop that was. That is a clear indicator of exactly what kind of day today is going to be. Amazing. Got up to 142. They ate up the whole candle. The bulls ate the whole candle. That was wild. We'll definitely be excited for a recap for today to see exactly where the trades were when this day is over and has concluded. But as of right now, you can even see that this homegrown trim line that I have drawn here is really being respected. Take the whole candle. But we wanted to see what effect news would have on the market, and we are seeing it. I will see you guys back at 1 o'clock. Inshallah. Yeah, it's just best to set alarms. Very choppy day today, guys. I'm glad you guys are staying safe. That no one is taking any losses except me. Glad you guys are staying safe as we know and understand exactly what's going on. I really think by 1 o'clock, we should come back and see something different, guys. This is Abdul Shabazz. for some real change. Stock options trading journey. Everyone, go enjoy your lunch.